Let's work example number 1. So right here, we have 4,000 turns on the primary side. We'll call that in primary. Then 1,000 turns on the secondary side. So the number of turns on the secondary side is 1,000. We're asked to find the turns ratio. Well, that turns ratio is A. It's the number of the primary side over the number of the secondary side. How many turns, how many coils, how many windings are in that inductor in the in primary? 4,000 over 1,000 equals 4. Very straightforward. Is this a step up or a step down? It's clearly a step down because I am going from 4,000 down to 1,000. And the voltage on the primary side will be 4 times greater than the voltage on the secondary side. And so I'm stepping down my voltage. Next one said if the E primary, which is the across these windings, so from here to here, I'm putting some big red dots, across the windings, if I had a voltage of 480, what is the secondary voltage? So the thing to note, and all they say divided by the square root of 2, just so that we stick with our RMS value. So there's E primary as an RMS, its angle is 0. So what is the secondary voltage? Well, we have A is equal to E primary over E secondary. I need to solve for E secondary. So I take E primary and I divide it by A. Pretty straightforward. Now remember, these are just the magnitudes. On the equation sheet, it shows it with the bars. And it's not bolded and it doesn't have a vector on top. It's just making sure that you're very clear. But I'm taking 480 divided by root 2 over A is 4. And I get 120 divided by the square root of 2. And that is volts. I don't have a vector yet. Let's look at these. We don't have the dots, but let's analyze what we said the dots mean. And these dots match because they both go across the top and down into it. So these dots match. So in that case, the angle will also match. Pretty straightforward. But if I was looking for E secondary as an RMS vector, I would have 120 divided by root 2 volts, angle 0. Dots match. Dots match, therefore same angle. Last step is if I was to turn it back into a time domain, then now I have E secondary would be equal to, I'll multiply by root 2 this time, 120 sine omega t. And it has no angle because it was still 0. And there's number 1.